Good evening everyone and welcome to Gundam News. And as always, a new month means a new Gunpla schedule. And November's releases are like really nicely spread out throughout the month. Beginning on the 1st, we got the high-grade 598 custom Monkey Rodi / Monkey Crap Rodi for 1,870 yen, 12 US. And as the name indicates, this rotund machine can be built as either the standard Monkey Rodi, standard 598 custom Monkey Rodi with normal arms, a crowbar that can also be stored on the back skirt, a 100mm machine gun, and a shield, or as the Monkey Crap Rodi with like Zechs-esque arms. They come with a shield each, and the claws are movable. The action base from the promotional images is sold separately, but what is included is a grenade that can be stored on the back skirt. Moving on to the 8th then, we are getting the high-grade Zaku G-Quux version for 2,420 yen, 16 US. And well, this is of course a remold of the previously released high-grade Char Zaku G-Quux version, so there's really no surprises here. It also comes with a bazooka, a machine gun, heat hawk, and an open left hand, with the only differences being the color scheme, marking stickers, and no more commander antenna. And finally, on the 22nd, we are getting both the most exciting kit of the month and the least exciting kit of the month. The least exciting one being the option part set Gunpla 18 build booster set for 1,210 yen, 8 US. This set simply combines the previously released high-grade build custom build booster and high-grade build custom build booster Mark II. So, well, there's nothing really more to say about that. The other kit releasing that day then is the Master Grade Gundam Barbs loops for 7,150 yen, 46 US. It comes with 2 maces, 2 200mm guns, the sword mace, and a fancy inner frame that has been upgraded from the older Master Grade standard Barbs. So not only is the Lupus a canonical upgrade in universe, but it's also an upgrade in real life. For the new Gunpla news then, the biggest thing was probably the announcement of the high-grade Gundam Barbs Adapt. More details are yet to be announced, but the one thing that we do already know is that it's going to be Premium Bandai Limited, because in the top right corner it says Hobby Online Shop. Limited to the Gundam base then are 3 quote-unquote new Master Grades. First up, releasing on the 22nd, is the Master Grade, the Gundam Base Limited Sengoku Astray Metallic version. But don't get too excited about that metallic version just yet. The kit goes for just 6,600 yen, 43 US, which is only slightly more than the retail price of the non-metallic standard version. And if we have a closer look at the promotional images, we can tell that it's the cheaper, like molded kind of metallic version rather than the more expensive and much fancier plated metallic versions. So definitely something to keep in mind before buying this thing. The second one then is the Master Grade, the Gundam Base Limited Gundam Virtue Clear Color version, releasing on the 29th. This massive beast will set you back 9,460 yen, 61 US, and comes with clear armor parts. But the inner frame is still solid plastic, so unfortunately, you won't be able to see the Nodlay underneath all of that clear armor. Like, that would have been really cool if you could just like see through the entire Virtue to see the Nodlay inside. And then finally on December the 13th, we're getting the event-limited Master Grade Extreme Strike Freedom Gundam Twilight coding version. A very cool and very pretty looking version of the Strike Freedom, but hold on to your hats for the price. 66,000 yen or 429 US. And that is just the straight conversion price tag of the yen price. So expect this thing to be closer to like $600, $700 when everything is said and done. And, you know, it does look good, and it does have like a really cool blue-white effect on the metallic parts, but I'm not sure if it looks $700 good. And to like really put things into perspective, that is 4 times the price of the standard Master Grade Extreme Strike Freedom, and pretty much the exact same price as the Perfect Grade Unleashed new Gundam. All of that being said though, this Twilight coding version does look like the perfect Gunpla to be building when it's snowing outside. And related to the Gunpla news, on October 31st, the Gundam-based satellite Kanazawa has opened up. It is located on the 4th floor of Kanazawa Forest in Ishikawa, and in front of the store is a Gundam statue with some very interesting proportions, and especially those long beam sabers stood out to me. But moving on to the other thing that happened on the 31st. The Urdr Hunt movie was released in Japanese cinemas, and the reception hasn't exactly been the greatest. And when you actually read the reviews, things only get worse for international fans, because one of the main complaints of the movie is that it really just seems to be like a collection of cutscenes with then some new scenes in between to connect those individual cutscenes. As a result, the pacing of the movie feels extremely fast, even to the point of being disjointed, and it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense, except for the people who played the game. And I'm assuming that if you actually play the game, the cutscenes are connected through gameplay and characters statically speaking to each other. But of course, in the movie, you don't have this. And so you can really see two kinds of people appearing in these reviews. On the one hand, you had people who played the game and could fill in the gaps and fill in the story, who really enjoyed the movie. But then on the other hand, you have people who are just fans of Iron-Blooded Orphans, the series, and were then just looking forward to a new movie in the series, and they hadn't played the game. So for them, this movie was extremely difficult to follow and just a very big disappointment. One thing that they unfortunately agreed on, though, is that the voice acting just wasn't up to snuff, and the main character in particular was really bad. We got a little sample of this during one of the trailers, and based on the reviews, it just didn't get better than that.
賞金で俺は故郷のラドニッツァコロニーを買う
But the one thing that everyone liked then was the final 10 minutes. The Iron-Blooded Orphans Wedge of Interposition short film that was bundled together with Urdr Hunt. Whether or not it was worth watching this train wreck of a movie for, though, differs from person to person, but at the very least, it wasn't all bad. And for the people who still want to go see it, they announced the freebies that will be handed out to moviegoers from the 14th until the 27th. A mecha visual illustration card featuring the new Barbatos Adapt on one side and the Gundam Hajiroboshi on the other side. And talking about that new Barbs, new concept art for it and the other new mobile suit from the movie have been added to the official website. After being severely damaged during the Battle of Edmonton, the Barbs was patched up by Tekadon's mechanics so that it could quickly return to the front lines. And in addition to patching up the armor, it got a set of Daisho swords from Teiwas for data gathering purposes. And these Daisho swords are based on the swords used by samurai, which was a combination of a long sword and a short sword. And the second machine is the Aber G, a modified grace that was acquired from Gallarhorn and disguised as a Luke Grace, or however you're supposed to pronounce that first word of the grace. Despite the modifications though, its basic specs have remained pretty much the same as the standard grace, but it was more durable thanks to the extra armor installed on the shoulders and chest. Plus, it also got more firepower thanks to the new Vulcans installed on the chest and the head. So yeah, definitely quite the demonic looking grace. And that wasn't all for Iron-Blooded Orphans. On February 11th, the Iron-Blooded Orphans 10th Anniversary Soundtrack Collection will be releasing on vinyl for 5,500 yen, 36 US, and in May, the Metal Robot Spirits Gundam Marchosias will be releasing for 29,700 yen, 193 US. And this has to be one of the most impressive Metal Robot Spirits figures that I've seen in a while. Because not only does it come with like the usual fancy schmancy things you would expect from a Metal Robot Spirits figure, like die-cast joints, metallic parts, and a lot of accessories and gimmicks, but it also comes with a really nice looking cape. And it's not just gonna like hang there like a limp piece of cloth either. It's got metallic wires inside of it, so you can pose it exactly the way you want for your action poses. That cape is definitely not just for show. As for the other accessories then, we've got 4 short swords that can be wielded by the sub-arms on the wing binders and the side skirts, a great sword that can be turned into the bastard mace, a shield, an effect part for that eye shine effect, knuckle guards that can be turned into claws, and a personalized action base. Unfortunately, this thing is Premium Bandai Limited, but it sure is one hell of a figure. Fortunately then, our next figures are not Premium Bandai Limited, so I will have them linked down below. Like the Lucrea Light Nyaan pilot suit version. Pre-orders for this figure went live today, and she can be yours in June for 8,800 yen, 57 US. And it definitely managed to capture like Nyaan's depressed vibe while she was wearing her pilot suit. But you can also choose to have her with a happy face, which then pairs nicely with the Lucrea Light Machu pilot suit version, and the massive smile that that figure has. And what also went up for pre-order today was the newest lineup of Mega House's Mega Cat project. Mobile Suit Nyandam Lucky Cat. So rather than being turned into normal cats, the RX-78-2, Gun Cannon, Jim, Standard Zaku-2, Char's Custom Zagok, and Zeong are turned into beckoning cats, which are known for their good luck, especially when it comes to financial luck. And I also really like their attention to detail here, like all of the cats come in a box, except for the Zagok, which comes in a fishbowl, and the mono-eye cats don't like actually just have one single eye, which would be kind of cruel for a cat. They simply have their other eye closed. Each figure will set you back 1,650 yen, 11 US, and can be yours in late June. Again, just like the Lucrea Light Nyaan. Also, while the cats are standard releases, if you get the full set through Premium Bandai, you'll also get a limited edition B6 sticker. For some more music then, we go to the Gundam X Miku collaboration. On January 14th, they'll be releasing a CD called Gundam X Miku Special Tribute Songs, and you can get it in 2 different versions. There is the regular edition for 3,410 yen, 22 US, which comes with just a CD and a bonus card, or you can go for the limited edition, which comes with a special case and also a microfiber cloth in addition to that bonus card. The CD itself will contain 13 songs, with one of them being Idol Warrior, which you can watch on YouTube right now. Meanwhile, on the gaming front then, in Gundam Battle Operation 2 for the PlayStation, the Hardy gun has joined the fray, while on Steam the Doggy Iris has become available. In the Extreme vs. 2 Infinite Boost arcade game, the Cubelay Papillon and Aina have joined the roster, and in the global version of UC Engage, the crossover UCE Axis 1 Consolidating Power event has gone live, as well as the UR Amuro Ray and UR Rigazi event unit assemblies. G-Generation Eternal then has once again reached the #1 spot in certain regions, giving everyone 3,000 diamonds again. As for the new things, Iron-Blooded Orphans Part 2 hit, giving us units like the UR Gundam Barbs Loops Rex EX version, with the UR Mikazuki August, and the UR Gundam Aerial Rebuilt EX version, with the UR Suletta Mercury. the Generation Tower East opened up, giving us the You Are Me Rene Rembrandt. The latest Fierce Enemy Assault went live, this time for an SSR Gundam Hajiroboshi and SSR Wistario FM. New Eternal Road stages and event missions were added, and you can get an SSR Gundam Barbatos Adapt by clearing the Iron-Blooded Orphans 10th Anniversary Side Story panel missions. And then on the 11th, the Blue Destiny story will be arriving, giving us units like the SSR Blue Destiny Unit 3, with exam system activated, and SSR Blue Destiny Unit 2, also with exam system activated. In other news then, the Osaka Hobby Fest happened, but nothing new was shown there. The November opening hours have been confirmed for the Gundam Cafe food truck in Odaiba, and are on screen right now. And they're also holding the Tokyo Gundam Festival in Odaiba, which includes some activities that are geared towards English-speaking tourists. Number 1 is a performance done by a club from a high school in Tokyo to show off what they do at their club. Listed performances are cheerleading, taiko drums, calligraphy, and martial arts, and will be held on October the 12th and 13th, and November the 15th, 16th, and 23rd. Number 2 then is an English guided tour, also done by high school students. You get a tour, they get English practice. These tours will be held between 1 and 4 p.m. on October the 12th and 13th, and also on November the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 15th, 16th, 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. And there's also a third thing you can do, but that one already started on September the 20th and will last until December 26th. A stamp rally that will get you a cool stamp card of the unicorn, plus the possibility of winning some cool prizes by showing them your completed stamp card. And for those interested, I will have the link to all these activities down below. As for the things you could get this week then, as mentioned in the beginning, on the 1st of October, we got the high-grade 598 custom Monkey Rodi / Monkey Crap Rodi for 1,870 yen, 12 US. And then on the 3rd, we got the 28th Gundam Converge lineup. For 693 yen a piece, 5 US, you could get a really detailed SD figure of the 00 Gundam, O-Riser, White Gundam, Char's Custom Zaku G-Quux version, Standard Zaku G-Quux version, Jim Custom, and Jim Quell. Every figure comes with a soda-flavored piece of chewing gum, and of course, the 00 Gundam and O-Riser can be combined into the 00 Riser. For this week's reading material then, there was an extra issue of Hobby Japan Archive focusing on Gunpla from Gundam Wing, including some scratch builds of mobile suits that haven't yet gotten an official model kit, like the Virgo. So Bandai, really something you should probably get on. For the Battle Tales of Flanagan Boone then, the 30th chapter has been released for free online and is linked down below, and the 5th Tankobon volume has also been released. And finally, for Witch from Mercury Youth Frontier, Chapter 4-2 has been released for free online and is also linked down below. And it was announced that the first Tankobon volume will be releasing on December 26th. For the apparel news then, Strig G kicked things off with pre-orders for some Char's Counterattack and Hathaway's Flash Fleece jackets. For 13,200 yen each, 86 US, you can get a light blue Almro Ray version or a dark blue Mafty version, and these will also be available from physical Strig G stores on the 8th. And on the same day, you'll also be able to buy an MA1 jacket made in collaboration with Alpha Industries. For 46,200 yen, 300 US, you'll be able to get a moss green one styled after Mika, or a navy blue one styled after Hathaway. Plus, you'll also get a matching acrylic stand of the character wearing their jacket. And finally, on the 22nd, you'll be able to buy a matching cap, also from physical Strig G stores. For 6,600 yen, 43 US, there's an Iron-Blooded Orphans themed work cap, a Hathaway's Flash or Pomeranians themed 940 cap, or an Earth Federation or Xeon themed 950 cap. And then for even more acrylic stands, we have Bankore. From G-Quux, you could get an acrylic dialogue stand featuring Shalia Bull for 1,980 yen, 13 US, or Char Aznable and his Red Gundam for 2,200 yen, 14 US. And from Gundam Wing, you could get the main cast as their updated 30th anniversary designs as either an Aurora connectable acrylic stand or as an Aurora big acrylic stand for 1,210 yen, 8 US, and 2,860 yen, 19 US, respectively. Or for 4,620 and 30 US, you could get a bath towel featuring a screenshot with either Hero, Duo, Troa, Katra, Wufei, or Hero about to blow up the Wing Gundam, because of course. And all of these Banquet items will be shipping out in December. And let's quickly wrap things up with a poll. Because I just did a development history video on the Epion and the Aquarius, I wanted to know which machine Zechs' most iconic machine is. The Tallgeese, the Epion, or the Tallgeese 3. I kinda wanted to include the Leo and the Wing Zero as well, but YouTube only allows 4 options for a poll, and well, the other 3 are definitely more like iconic for Zechs. And even amongst those, one is definitely more iconic than the others. Like, I was pretty sure before even doing the poll that the Tallgeese was gonna win, but I was just curious to see by how much. And so far, the Tallgeese has 64%, the Epion 25%, and the Tallgeese 3 12%. So their standings mirror their order of appearance. Also, I made a typo in the title. Nobody so far has noticed it, but unfortunately, I can't actually change the typo. Like, you can edit the title of a YouTube video, but not of a YouTube poll, which I guess makes sense because otherwise you could like change the question to like change the whole meaning of the poll. But that has been all for this week's Gundam news. As always, a big thank you to the Patreon supporters. I hope everyone watching has a great evening, and I'll see you all next week with more Gundam news.